What's going on, everybody? It is U-Turn Crobat here, and you are watching U-Turn Central. Now, I am bringing you another Wi-Fi battle against a passerby. His name is Atte? I am not really sure how to pronounce it, but let's get right down into the battle. But before we do, let me introduce my poke. So I am bringing a couple of new Pokemon that you... I don't think that you have seen before. I am bringing my Electros, my Toxicroak, my Zangoose, my Garchomp, my Drapion, and my Golurk. Now let's get right into the battle. So, how are you guys doing? I am doing pretty good. So, I'm kind of thinking, you know, he's going to probably bring out his Shuckle, because the Shuckle would throw up the Stealth Rocks and the Spikes. Now, I was wrong on that prediction, unfortunately. I do throw out my Electros. I mean, I guess I could have gotten like a Giga Drain off the Shuckle, but I go for my Volt Switch on the Darmanitan, his Hot Potato, and it does a fair amount. Now, I withdraw because that Rock Slide did a pretty decent amount. I mean, it did more than what I really wanted to. So I go into my Golurk because I'm thinking if I can get an Earthquake off their Darmanitan, then I can just take it out. But he withdraws back in, well, not back, but he withdraws into a Shuckle. And so I do end up getting my Earthquake off. When he was withdrawing, I was like, okay, well, that's fine with me. Any one of his Pokemon is gonna get hit with the EQ. So I do hit the Shuckle with the Earthquake. Now I know it wasn't gonna take it out because of its high defense, but it does a lot. It does quite a bit. So I was happy with that. So while he goes out into a Shuckle, I just decide to go into my Toxicroak because I want to try and poison the Shuckle, or at least bring it down to I want to bring its health down more, so I just go into the Sucker Punch because I just want to either poison it or, I don't know, just get anything. I just want to get anything on the Shuckle so his health goes down. So I'm thinking I just want to bring the Shuckle down faster than well, I just want to bring this Shuckle down fast because it is a high defense, and I know some Shuckles will know some horrible moves, like that, for example. And like infestation and all that. So I do not want to put up with a Shuckle longer than I have to. So I do want to try and take it out as fast as I can. But I know that my Toxicroak isn't going to really do that, so I withdraw into my Blue Flash. Now my Blue Flash is a Toxic Orb, Toxic Boost Zangoose. And he does, and I do get the Sticky Web off on me, unfortunately. But, and I do get the Spikes or the Stealth Rock. And while the Shuckle does get some lefties recovery, I'm kind of thinking, what could I do right now? And I do decide to go for a Quick Attack, I believe. It was either a Quick Attack or a Facade. So he goes out into his Tyranitar. No, it was a Close Combat. I remember now. So, anyways, while he does get the Sandstream up, it doesn't really matter too much because I do get the Close Combat, and I do take out this Tyranitar just like that. Now, I haven't really been able to use my Zangoose to its full potential. I've had a couple of battles that I've seen what my Zangoose can really do, and that was one of them. So while I do get the poison, unfortunately, I don't really want to keep my Zangoose longer. I don't want to keep him out here long, but I do want to try and take out more of his Pokemon. So while he goes out into his Lucario, I do go for my Close Combat, and I do end up taking this Lucario out. Oh, sorry about that. It was he that did that. Yeah, well, I was thinking, you know... Oh, okay, guys. I know what happened. I was thinking that I can go for my Close Combat. Hopefully I outspeed. Now, clearly I don't, so that's what happened. He's the one who went for his Close Combat and annihilated me. Okay, that's what happened. Anyways, so I go for my Golurk, and my speed goes down, unfortunately, because of the Sticky Web. And I also get the Stealth Rock, the Stealth Rock damage. And he goes for a Bullet Punch, doesn't take me out, and I go for an Earthquake, and I do take out his Lucario. I'm pretty happy that I was able to take it out. I know that the Lucario wasn't going to really take me out too fast, but either way, I'm glad I was able to take him out. Now he goes on to his Hot Potato, his Darmanitan. Now he is living at probably 4 HP here, so I go into my Garchomp, and now I know that this Garchomp is overpowered, I believe. So since this video has been recorded, I kind of wanted to stay away from using Garchomp, even though it is a bulky Garchomp, and I do love it, and I do love it a lot, but I don't know, we'll see. But he does get hit with a rough skin, and his Darmanitan does get taken out. And so he goes on to his Salad Fingers, his Mr. Mime. I have rarely faced Mr. Mimes, and so I completely forgot that Mr. Mimes are part fairy now. I thought it was just part psychic, but it doesn't really matter at this point, only because I do go out into my Drapion and I do hit the Mr. Mime with my Night Slash after he does his little trick here and switches me with a choice, what was it? Choice Specs. Okay, so he ends up getting this choice, the choice, I forget what it was now, but he ends up going for a Psyshock. He doesn't do anything to me because I'm immune to that, I resist that, so I go for my Cross Poison because he is weak to poison. Like I said, like I had said, he is part fairy, and I did kind of forget that, but I mean, either way, I wanted to use my Cross Poison because I did want to get the poison up on him if it wasn't going to take it out. So he goes out into a Shuckle, and I do end up losing my speed, and I do get the Stealth Rock damage, unfortunately. And this Shuckle does go for a Shadow Ball. Now, I'm just kind of thinking, you know, what the hell kind of Shuckle knows a Shadow Ball? And he is very tricky. He is very tricky because you'll see why here in a second. So he ends up using Grass Knot, and he takes out my Garchomp, and he does get the Rough Skin damage and the Rocky Helmet damage. And I mean, that's a plus, right? I mean, it doesn't really do too much, but at least I got something off on him. So I go out into my Electros, and I'm thinking of a fast way to take this quote-unquote Shuckle out. So he goes for another Shadow Ball, and it luckily doesn't take me out, so I go for a Volt Switch. I'm able to take it out right here. And obviously, this was not no Shuckle. This was not a Shuckle. So, it was a Zoroark all along. It kind of surprised me. I mean, I kind of forgot he had a Zoroark on his team. So I was just kind of thinking, what the hell kind of Shuckle, no Shadow Ball? I guess I should have been thinking of on that one, but yeah, it's whatever. What's done is done. So I go into my Golurk, and I do lose speed, unfortunately. I do get the Stealth Rock damage. He goes into his hole. He goes into his hole-in-one, his Shuckle, and he does use Protect. And now this kind of has been causing a problem for me in this battle because of the Protect and some of the moves, some of its other moves. So I do try and go for the Earthquake and all of that because I do want to at least bring his HP down more, his health down more. So I go for another Earthquake, and he does live at probably 3 HP, maybe 4. So I'm kind of thinking, what the hell can I do to take the Shuckle out? I know the Shuckle has super high defense, and that's the problem. But I go into my Drapion because I know he's going to use a Protect. I know that. And so I kind of want to trick him, you know? I kind of want him not to use the Protect. So as you can see, it failed, and he does get the Lefty's Recovery, but it doesn't really matter because my Drapion does know Earthquake. And so, right there, as you can see, his Shuckle manages to get the Protect up, and I mean, I had mentioned earlier that this kind of trips me up because of, you know, the whole Protect and everything. And while he is regaining his health, I do not want him to get more health up. So I do go for another Earthquake, and it does not take out the Shuckle. But I do have a backup plan because I do switch out because I do not want him using that Protect again. So I go out into my Golurk, my Iron Giant. My Iron Giant is a beast. I love the shiny form. Oh my god, I love him. But unfortunately, he does get the Sticky Web, and he does get the Rock up damage. And that does bring me down to 78 HP, but it doesn't really matter because he does use Protect, but it doesn't really work. And while he does get the Lefty's Recovery, I do try and go for my Earthquake there. But he does get another Protect off, as you can see. So at this point, I'm sure you can imagine what the hell, you know, what I am going through. He does get more Lefty's Recovery. I mean, good for him. I applaud, but this fucker's going down. Damn. So right there, I take him down with a Drain Punch. Now that is what I wanted to do all along. That's what I wanted to do all along, but unfortunately it didn't happen. But you know, that was a good battle. I liked it. I liked bringing my Zangoose. My Zangoose helped me out a lot. So if I had to choose an MVP for my party, I think it would be my Drapion. Only because my Drapion, it knows Earthquake, so it was able to take out the Shuckle, and it was able to take out a couple of other Pokemon, or at least bring them down to probably like 20 HP. So I know my Golurk helped a lot, but because this Drapion is new, I kind of wanted to give it a fair shot. So Drapion today does get the MVP slot. But what surprised me about this battle, I mean, it wasn't really much of a surprise, but when he threw out his Shuckle, and I thought it was a Shuckle, but it wasn't. It was a Zoroark. Now, it's not a major surprise. I mean, it's not like I have never faced a Shuckle that knew Shadow Ball. What's going on? It's not like that. It was like I mean, I don't. As you can see, some of my other battles, I don't really face Zoroarks a lot. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was a decent surprise when he threw his Shuckle and it turned out to be a Zoroark. It was a pleasant surprise because I do like Zoroarks. Now, I was able to take him out right then and there, which was a plus. And so, I mean, that was the surprise for that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. I enjoyed it. I don't know how I'm going to find this Atte, this Atte. I'm not really sure how I'm going to find that person, but if there's a small chance that he ends up watching one of my videos, then, and if he ends up watching this battle, then I just want to say, what a great battle you gave me, thank you, and I want to battle you again, and I want you to subscribe to my channel, because I would love to have you as one of my members. I would love to kind of see your feedback and all of that, and I kind of want to see like some of the items that you had some of your pokes holding. So, if you do end up watching this, you know, thank you for a great battle, and I hope we get a battle number 2. Alright guys, so that is that. What's done is done, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and don't forget Arceus. Rate, comment, subscribe. Take care guys.